Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator and day 700 of the Rove, coinciding with the beginning of a new bush trip, the Czech route bush trip. It's 972 kilometers, 4 hours 45 seconds, 10 legs in a Pilatus PC-6/B2/H4 Turbo Porter G950. Oh, it's amazing in leg 1. Today is Turani to Mošnov. Let's go. Alright programs, welcome to day 700 of the Rove, the first day of the Czechia bush trip called Czech Journey. Of course I'm Australian, so I'm just going to call it Checkmate. Checkmate. Oh, let's go, 700 days, can you believe that? Let's slowly get ourselves onto the runway here. Calmly, carefully. Pressing the right rudder button would be much appreciated, really. Let's get this show on the road. Another forward plane with the wheel at the back that's gonna cause me issues on landing. What do you do? We've had this one before. It's better than that other one that we've had, but still not 100% great if you ask me. Here we go. Be taking off any second now. Let's go. The flaps up. 86 degrees for 6 minutes 14. Bukovice. Bukovice? Again, still haven't looked up how you pronounce these places. And they never, ever do that, because I'm lazy apparently, and I keep forgetting. After lifting off from Brno Tron Airport, set a course to the east and fly over the town of Slavkov-u-Brno, and then follow European Route E50 to the town of Busovice. Busovice is part of the South Moravian region of the country. Czechia, formerly the Czech Republic, is renowned throughout the world for its history and natural and architectural wonders. Centuries of development, internal upheaval and war have forged Czechia into the unique mosaic of lore and beauty that today makes it so inviting for people from throughout the globe. This is Bukovice. Below us now. In the interim, while we were traveling, I looked it up. Well, anyway, I looked up Kovice or Kosice, whichever the one is in Slovakia, and the guy was telling me that the CE is Ch and the A, so Bukovice. There it is, looking very nice here in this beautiful countryside. And there we go, purple arrow's happy, so we're happy. 55 degrees for 9 minutes 17. Kromeriz, turn onto a northeast heading and pass over a line of low mountains. These peaks are the northwesternmost portion of the Carpathian Mountains, the third longest chain of peaks in Europe. Continue on course and gain a visual on the Morava River in the distance. The city of Kromeriz lies on the banks of the Morava near the intersection of motorways D1 and D55. The city is well known for the Gothic-style Mošnov Castle, today recognized by the United Nations as a World Heritage Site. Surrounded by Germany on its west, Poland on its northeast, Slovakia on its southeast, and Austria on its south, Czechia is a landlocked nation whose regions have been a historic crossroads of Europe for centuries. Here it is, programs. Kromeriz. I wonder if that's the castle grounds there with its well, it doesn't really look like a castle, does it? It looks more like a park or something. I wonder where the castle is. That certainly looked like a 3D model rather than just algorithm stuff, but yeah, I guess the castle was in amongst all of that as well, possibly. Got some nice little river there, industrial area now. Yeah, very nice, very nice. There we go, 69 dudes for 350. Polisov. Maintain heading over Kromeriz and then pass over the Morava River, the primary river of the Moravia classical region of Czechia. pass to the north of 2 large wetlands, and then sight the town of Holesov. These lands include the historic regions of Bohemia, Moravia, and Czech Silesia, traditions of all of which endure strongly in today's Czechia. Bohemia is perhaps the most well-known of the historic lands that modern Czechia comprises. Named after the Celtic Boii tribe, Bohemia occupies the western portion of the nation and includes Czechia's capital, Prague. Moravia composes most of the eastern portion of modern-day Czechia, and Czech Silesia forms a sliver on the nation's northeast. These lands today reflect many centuries of cultures, including the Romans, the Germans, the Slavs, and the Italians, amongst others. Here we are, meandering, floating over the lovely town of Holešov. I think it might be Holešov, because it's got an S with a upside-down triangle on it, and so did Koshice, that I was looking up to find out how to pronounce, and he was saying that S is a SH as well. Some more nice grounds there to a sports field, maybe. Interesting. So far, enjoying Czechia quite a bit. Very pretty. We got 42 degrees for 6:45. We're going to Kelk. Just course slightly to the north and path along the northwestern foot of the outer western Carpathians. Pass over the historic town of Kelk. It could be Kelch as well, which lies at the intersection of motorway 439 and a number of smaller roads. For a visual reference, Kelch airstrip lies 2 miles south of the town. Why, thank you for a visual reference. That's much appreciated. Modern Czechia, a unique blend of these influences, emerged in 1993 with the peaceful division of the Czechoslovakia into the Czech Republic and the Slovak Republic, Slovakia. This followed nearly a century of turmoil that saw the region breaking from Austria-Hungary after World War I, the annexation of much of these lands by Germany in World War II, and the iron grip of the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Well, there's not much to it, but this is Kelch. I failed completely to even think of looking out for the runway that they mentioned, but there you go. Tiny little town. Quite nice, quite pretty. Anything else of interest? I see no football stadium. No football stadium. What can we do? No. You know, get them out of here. Get them out of here. Again, I feel like when we were first doing bush trips in the Rove, there was always a football stadium, a football field at least, golf courses everywhere, and churches. And I have not seen a church rendered in. I feel like they must have taken them out of the algorithm. If they're not sure it's a church or something, maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's a political thing. Let's not worry about it and go 50 degrees for 2 minutes 17 to Mali Chorinsky Rybnik. Maintain heading in sight and then fly over the Bechva River, a tributary to the Morava. Continue on heading to Mali Chorinsky Rybnik, a small pond directly to the northeast of motorway 35. That's quite a lot of characters for a small pond. This bush trip brings vistas of much of the entire country into the cockpit for aviators. Beginning in the southeast, the journey progresses in a counterclockwise direction and explores many of the great wonders of Czechia before ending at its capital, Prague. I think we may have to concede that this is the small pond. Wow, talk about your waypoints. It's barely even a small pond, it's just a, I don't know, bit of irrigation for the farms. Little town next to it is Leshna. There we go, that was the small pond. 35 degrees for 3 minutes 8 seconds now. Novi Jichin, or Jichin probably. Adjust course slightly to the north and fly along the base of another small line of peaks of the outer western Carpathians. Gain a visual on Novi Jichin, which lies at the intersection of motorway D48 and motorway 57. Novi Jichin is known for its hat-making industry and has the nickname Hat Town. And here we are, Novi Jichin, home of the hats. Quite a large city, really. Where do they make the hats, though? Where be the hats? Give me hat. I want buy hat, please. Interesting. We're right over the top of it. And yet we've barely even done 2 minutes of the 4 minutes, well 3 minutes we're supposed to do. We're going very fast. 27 degrees for 346. The final segment of this leg of the bush trip, Mošnov. Maintain heading and gain a visual on Mošnov Airport, which is located just to the south of a line of small lakes. Land at the airport to bring this leg of the journey to a close. And here it is, programs. Let's get her landed. You know what? I think this was the plane on the New Zealand South Island bush trip. We didn't have it for long because that bush trip fell apart because of a bug that I don't think, as of yet, has been fixed. The only bush trip, other than the ones that we haven't actually even started, that I haven't finished. Sag. I know, I mentioned that every bush trip, but I'm Sag. The plane has reminded me of it. I remember because this plane was quite difficult to land at the place that no longer exists, basically, which is why the bush trip doesn't work. It was a tiny little runway, and this plane I don't have much control over because I suck. Yeah, but at least this nice long runway will make it easy. Thank you, plane. 500. Well, easy. Easier. Less prone to disaster. Famous last words. Let's get her landed. Oh, I thought that said D4. What the hell would that mean? But it's just 04. That makes more sense. Here we go. Get her down. Try and get some brakes going. Get the back wheel down. It has a reverse. It has a reverse. We don't need the reverse. Try and turn around here. We just want the brakes, not the reverse. Oh, that's because I'm pressing the wrong button. It's because I'm pressing the wrong button. Don't mind me. Okay, carefully, carefully. Oh, at least it registered. I thought it wasn't going to. I had a little bit of a heart attack there. Hope you did. Well, I hope you did too. I hope you didn't too, but I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.